Hi everybody, welcome again to my cabin. I'm Joshua Frady, and for my persuasive essay, I'm going to talk about video games and society. At first, I'm going to give you guys a quote. Video games foster the mindset for creativity to grow. Now, it was said by Nolan Bushnell. For me to kind of talk about how video games and society is a good thing, I'm going to talk really about the mental, the physical, and the emotional spectrums of how we kind of view our society. And to start with the mental, you really start getting like, okay, a lot of people argue, oh, violence in video games, you get maddening. As a video gamer myself, I absolutely disagree. I've been playing video games my whole life. I grew up in playing video games with my brothers, and I have only had good experiences from playing video games. One great statistic you might see is from APA.org, which is the American Psychology Association. In 2013, they did a meta-analysis, so they were looking at multiple versions of why video games do what they do, and they found playing shooting video games, for instance, improved a player's capacity to see in 3 dimensions. Now, what's that mean for us is that that players or gamers started viewing the world a lot more creativity. They start seeing more things that a lot of people wouldn't view into society had they otherwise not played video games. And then if we go into people like I was saying, people started seeing, oh no, violence. Another analysis was done, and you can see this on web.csulb.edu, that they actually found out that violent video games actually helped with prime neutral aggression. So and they saw that as a benefit, that people actually found different ways to vent their frustrations out and not having to go outside and just run it off or anything. They actually were able to more understand each other. And then talking about running into physicality in our society, aggression and everything, the health.com, they actually found out in 2012, a literature review was done, and that for 36 studies of this, that video games helped improve the outcomes of over 195 patients, both physically and mentally. And now you're seeing that video games are helping people escape the pains of their physical bodies and be able to find a way to cope. And video games are one of those ways. You start seeing these stories on like YouTube and everything about like these old ladies, or seniors that are in senior centers that are playing video games because it helps them, one, connect to society, but it also helps them connect to their younger grandsons and grandchildren, and helps them actually get out and kind of escape the pains of their body. And then you start seeing that emotional change in people with what playing video games does. Forbes actually had Forbes.com had done a speech about it, and that 40% of people polled, then the ranges were from 18 to 34, polled, showed that they playing video games improved emotional well-being. Now, as a video gamer myself, and as a person who plays online, I have met more friends online. It's an icebreaker for people, because everybody speaks video games. Doesn't matter if you can't speak English, doesn't matter what you can do in society. Everybody's heard of video games. I could talk Tetris with old people. I can talk about Halo or other shooters with my generation, and I can talk about Fortnite with little kids, and everybody will understand at certain levels, oh, that's a video game, and it helps us grow as a society. And then physicality, people like, oh yeah, you just sit and play. Like, oh no, I can get up and play Connect on my Xbox, or I can, play the Nintendo Wii, or I'm getting out and I'm doing stuff. Video games are helping us create different ways to solve problems that back in the day you couldn't, and now you can do it with better means. So I thank you all for hearing out my persuasive. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and can't wait to hear your guys' speech. Have a good one.